What's up, folks? I'm your host, Konrad, on Wednesday Night Reviews with another quick review, this time of Exodus Z, issue number 1, written by George Alvarez. Artist and inker is John Eppel. Colorist is Edgar Wolf. Letterer, Nikki Powers, and editor Glackbar. I hope I'm saying that right, Glackbar. This book is not what I thought it would be. Not at all. So the cover, as you can see here, is very much so a zombie book. I have done a lot of zombie books recently, and so I have felt that I've kind of got a good grasp on what we can do with the zombie medium, the type of story you get with zombies or some other undead creature, and this book pushed that in a direction that I didn't see coming, so I highly enjoyed it, and I think you will too, to be honest. The first thing I noticed is the art was extremely colorful. It was the line work was slightly unrefined, it feels like. It's very much an indie comic, and while it is consistent, which is key, because I think art needs to be consistent if nothing else, it does not look like a super polished book that one of the big companies would put out. However, it has so much expression in it, and almost the level of expression that you get out of these characters is slightly cartoonish, which I think plays into the whole theme, because as the book opens, we see a couple who are running for their lives in the sewers from what we only see as murky, ugly word bubbles, which we learn is zombies, of course. But they are running through what looks like sewers or back alleys. They find themselves at the church. They rap on the door. People let them in, and proverbially all hell breaks loose in the church. And I kind of thought, well, that's a weird ending to a zombie book. But then it kept going. It kept following these people into the afterlife, into heaven, and so did the zombies. And that's where I really enjoy this book. So we are seeing Earth at the end of days. We are getting it through the lens of this church. However, through glimpses of what's going on outside, like we can see planes plowing into cities, zombie hordes everywhere. Just the world is ending, and it's early on indicated that the priest, through his crucifix, has some sort of holy power, and then we're just taken right into the afterlife. And I think it's a fabulous read. Like I said, it's not what I had encountered before when it comes to a book about zombies. I very much don't think this is going to be a zombie book, but rather like a Spawn-style heaven and hell combat, sort of a large-scale war, maybe get into some philosophical stuff. I don't know, but it's really cool. It is not what I was expecting, so I think you're going to highly enjoy it. The writing also, I got to commend. They nailed something so well, which is just people. I've read a lot of comics in my time, as many of us have, doing what I do. I like to think I get even more. And I've seen a lot of books written where people are describing things and giving you dialogue that pushes the story forward, even if it's not natural sounding, even if it's not necessarily the way a person would speak, but a way that a story is being delivered to the reader. This book doesn't do that. The lines of dialogue between people are innocuous, and if you were to hear this stuff, mind you, not the screaming for their lives, but the other lines that you hear, the way people talk, you'd be like, oh, I'm just in like a shopping mall, right? Because there's just people, me talking. But the way it's all assembled, the writing team has done such a bang-up job of making that deliver the message while wrapped in people's own idiosyncrasies. I think it's fantastic. The creative team has let me know that they are working on a second one, which is great, because I think this book deserves, for sure, a few more issues to flesh out what its possibilities are. And as mentioned, the art, while not necessarily super refined, it is very detailed. It has its own personality, and I now for sure know that whenever I see this team's work, I will be able to go, they did Exodus, like no problem. So I think it's fantastic. Absolutely. Links down below. Check it out. Go get yourself a copy, whether you're a physical guy like myself, clearly, a digital reader, no hate, love what you do as long as you're reading comics. And For everyone out there, thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time.